Here is her description that the prosecution is relying heavily on for their theory of what happened. This is what happened when they got to the house, when they got to Brian Albert's house, because Jennifer McCabe drove Karen Reed's car. Karen Reed was in the other woman's car, and they all got to Brian Albert's house together. So here we go. Listen to her description of what occurred.
About how long a drive is it from your house to Mr. O'Keefe's?
Approximately 5-6 minutes.
And when you get to Mr. O'Keefe's house, where do you park?
I pull in the straight in the driveway.
And after you pull into the driveway, at some point you all get out, correct?
Yes.
Do you recall who pulled in first as far as who was in front of who on the way to Meadows, yourself or Miss Roberts?
I believe I was in front.
In front.
You would have pulled in the driveway and parked, and Miss Roberts would have pulled in and parked behind, correct?
Yes.
And then the other car.
So after the three of you get out of your respective vehicles, what happened?
Karen brings us to the back of the
car. Put this stuff in your head. Lock this in your old noggins up here. She said Karen comes out of the vehicle behind her, and they take all three. She takes these other two women, all three of them, to the back of the SUV
car, and she says, "Look, see, I have a cracked taillight."
Takes him to the back of the car, says, "Look, see, I have a cracked taillight."
And where on the vehicle was she directing yourself and Miss Roberts' attentions?
The back right.
So passenger side, rear part of the vehicle.
Yes.
And when you looked at that area of the vehicle, what could you see of that?
I saw that there were missing pieces, but there was also snow covering it. And Karen was screaming, "Look, look." And then Kerry was screaming back at her. It was very chaotic. So I didn't stare in depth, but what I can tell you is I saw missing pieces from the taillight.
And at some point, about how long a period of time is this that you're out in Mr. O'Keefe's driveway looking at the cracked taillight?
Not long, because then Kerry's, yelling at her, telling her she's crazy and that she was driving around drunk and she could have hit anything, and kind of rushes us to go into the house.
So here we've got all of this. They get out of the car. Karen takes them back here and says, "See, I've got my cracked taillight." She goes, "Oh my God, look, there is a cracked taillight there." Meanwhile, you got the other girls screaming at her, "You're crazy. You're driving around drunk. You could have done anything." They're having this conversation, and Karen's trying to rush them into the house or something like that.
To look in there for John.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, I would ask if I could publish on the screen what's been marked as exhibit number 2.
So now let's see what the video showed. Always go to the tape. We've got a tape there. So let's go to the tape and see what the tape shows, shall we? Let's see if it has anything remotely to do with what she just testified to. This is the video of them arriving and getting out. Now, remember, what you're going to see on this video, allegedly, is Jennifer McCabe getting out of the black SUV. Karen Reed and the other woman getting out of the vehicle behind. Karen's going to bring them over, show them she's got a cracked taillight, and say, "I see, I've got a cracked taillight." Then she's going to go, "Oh yes, there is a cracked taillight." The other friend is going to be saying, "You're crazy, you're crazy, you were driving drunk, you could have done anything." They're going to have this conversation, and Karen Reed is going to rush them into the house. Well, let's see what happens on the video. Okay, one person's getting out.
Ms. McCabe, directing your attention up to the screen. What's been marked as Exhibit 6 or video from Exhibit 6? Do you recognize what's depicted in this video?
I do.
What do you recognize?
That's myself getting out of the car at Meadows Ave.
Is that essentially where you parked Ms. Reed's vehicle when you pulled in?
Yes.
If you could just direct the jury's attention with a laser pointer as to where Ms. Reed's vehicle is that you parked, and if you see Ms. Roberts' vehicle.
That is Miss Reed's, and that would be Miss Roberts.
Okay, Roberts and Reed are in the
And
back.
as far as the right garage door that you mentioned in the house, if you could direct the jury's attention to whereabouts that would, I know it's not on the video, but where would it be?
Now, Reed, remember, is supposed to take them back, show them the taillight.
Walk
You're
straight.
going to have a conversation. Someone's going to be yelling at her.
Run this.
All of this is going to happen. She doesn't walk anywhere near the taillight. She walks straight into the garage. This is the woman who said that Karen Reed came out of this car, brought her around to the back, pointed out the cracked taillight, and had a discussion with her. She goes straight into there. She walks out of the goddamn car and walks straight into the garage.
Walk straight.
And this was only about 30 minutes after she told this story. Straight into the house. They come straight in the house. Not a single person walked anywhere near the back of that car. Not a single person.